Based on the event, based on some of the announcements we've heard, and based on something we've been seeing and monitoring over the market, there's a few things that have always been there, or at least have been there for the past several years, that are a consistent theme. And for example, the investment in user experience. It's a consistent theme that we've had. It's something that we've been monitoring closely over the past 5-6 years, as the demand and the requirements of our customers are to have a consumer-like experience when they go do procurement activity in the workplace. So we've over the years seen investments in mobile. We've seen a remarkable amount of investments continue by taking the concepts of Fiori and applying them across the suite of SAP applications. And that's true for the SAP Business Network, that's true for SAP Ariba, that's true for SAP Fieldglass, and true for SAP Concur. A lot of innovations discussed today that highlighted that, advancement in UX and what can be expected moving forward, making products easier than they've ever been before. But I think one of the other sort of remarkable pieces of innovations that were highlighted yesterday is what Mohammed showed with the SAP Spend Control Tower. And this is sort of a result of realizing that analytics, the need to understand and harness and process the amount of data that's out there, is more compelling now than it has ever been before. It is actually, based on our market research, the number one need, overtaking even user experience in 2023 as compared to previous years. And therefore, from our perspective, we accelerated development in this product that we saw, and it has the ability to go across all systems that you may have from SAP that manage spend, Ariba, S/4HANA, Fieldglass, Concur, also in the fullness of time to external systems that you may have that are not SAP systems, because despite what we want, customers will have other systems that are managing spend, and have that all rationalized in to provide one view of what your spend looks like, where the risks are, where the compliance needs are, what the financial assessments are, if there are any sustainability requirements that you want to achieve and target, they can be captured and monitored. And more importantly, I'm calling it Spend Control Tower. We're calling it Spend Control Tower and not just analytics or visibility, because it's providing you the ability to control. You can take action as someone responsible for managing and executing spend policy when things are out of line. So I think that's a very significant announcement that came out yesterday, that emphasizes where we think the market is heading and what the needs of our customers are moving forward. Leading up to the events, there's always these debates on what we should say here, how we should say this, what innovations we should show and not show. And you do pulse customers in general, but you pulse 2, 3, 4, 5 customers, and there's some inherent bias in that pulsing. When you're in a room with 2,000, 3,000 people, and you hear the message landing and resonating, that it really is validation that, hey, what we were looking to achieve and build is generating the outcome we want, and is filling the need that we want. And with respect to the SAP Business Network, I think Jörn said it very well, that it started with just what we call the Ariba network initially, because it just dealt with procurement, but it now deals with supply chain. It has solutions for logistics. It has solutions for asset management, and it's truly a means of collaborations with all of your trading partners outside of the four walls of your organization. Because as much as you optimize just the collaborative capabilities within your organization, you make them perfect. That's just one piece of the puzzle when we talk about procurement, supply chain, trade. The more sophisticated pieces are trying to make that efficiency happen end to end outside of your organization as well. And that's really the vision and the power of the SAP Business Network and where it's heading. You'll notice, I didn't mention AI until now, right? And the reason, everything I spoke about has artificial intelligence capabilities infused in them. That's how we're achieving outcomes with Spend Control Tower. That's how we're achieving outcomes with the SAP Business Network. That's how we're achieving outcomes with category management, SAP Ariba category management. But I haven't mentioned the word artificial intelligence because the point is the outcome, right? And you're right. You can create technology just for the sake of technology because it's cool and that's nice and fun, but it has to solve a problem. And I think SAP, and we've made several announcements in this space, we do believe that there's an inflection point we're at right now. There's a lot of buzzwords in the industry 4.0, blah, 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 right? I mean, they talk about, the power of artificial intelligence. Mohammed had a slide that I think depicted it very eloquently when he showed that the reason it's a game changer is because productivity levels have been reasonably flat for the past 10 to 15 years, regardless of all the advancements we've made. This is what's going to cause the step change. And even in the demonstrations we've had, we're trying to show how tasks that used to take hours and days can now literally take seconds and minutes. And that is the productivity gains that we think organizations will benefit from and economies at large will benefit from. There's a lot of open questions. I mean, there's not, it's still, new territory. So we're trying to do it in a manner that's very responsible. We're taking it one step at a time in terms of validating use cases with customers and the benefits that they will provide. And then, yes, when we realize that those benefits exist, then going all in the investment and making sure that our customers can swiftly take advantage of these capabilities.